Yo, whoa, what is up, guys? We are back with another video here of Minnesota Twins franchise. Today, we'll see what we're doing. I haven't been on this franchise in a while, but if you guys do enjoy the video, leave a like, subscribe if you're new. It really does help out the channel. We do have probably the month of June to go through here, um, and we'll see exactly what that leads to for this team as we kind of have had some ups and downs as of late. Haven't been the greatest team. Apparently, also the win surge has invalid lineups that we should go look at just to make sure that we get the right people in the right places, which is understandable. There we go. So now the win surge don't have invalid lineups, and we get a win. Didn't even remember Victor Carantini was hurt, but he's now back batting for us. That's very good. Ooh, I don't want to play the next game, even though I could take on Gage Jump. That'd be interesting. But I think one thing I want to do this episode is play this Chicago White Sox team because they have someone, he might already be at the big leagues. I'm gonna have to look. Um, that was drafted first overall. He probably is already at the big leagues if I don't see him here. So Omar Cannon is who I'm talking about. If you guys don't know, he was the #1 overall draft pick in this year's draft. He's already at the MLB level, hitting 298. Yeah, that's just going to be an interesting guy to play against since we have not played anybody from this draft class yet and have not really played any upcoming rookies and all of that. Leo DeFreeze would be nice to play against here too. Pablo Lopez having a great season. Mick Abel. Let's just look at the pitching rotation so you can see Joe Ryan honestly having the worst, then Taj Bradley. But Mick Abel, Patrick Sandoval, and Pablo Lopez all have good ERA. David Festa also. Bailey Ober got moved to the bullpen for us because he has not been particularly great up to this point this season. But, we're going to add some more people to the trade block just because we do need some people in return here if we do decide that we're not good enough here at the deadline, which might very well be what happens because right now we're below 500. Last year we bought Tennis Santana. How come I can't say his name? Dennis Santana. Um, and in doing so, we kind of set our team back a little bit for this year. I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's that desperately bad, but we didn't move probably the way you would have expected the Twins to have last year because you probably weren't even expecting us to make the playoffs, if we're being honest. It would be a shock to many people if the Twins made the playoffs this year, even with the hot start that they started with. I still think that them making the playoffs would be a pretty big step for this team. 1-2 count for Carantini with 2 outs, and they're trying to pick off Buxton here at second base. It's just not going to happen. Whoever Justin Sterner is, interesting. Don't know who he is. He's a pitcher, I guess, is kind of how we're going to live off of it. 2-2 count for him, though, on Victor Carantini, who's 2 for 4 on the day. Didn't even really realize that, and he's hitting 280. As that sweeper comes inside, Loki would have hit the corner. No? Okay, good. I did think it was inside initially, but like I'm always bad with that top corner and knowing where the pitch is. That one was way high. Good thing we got the bat to it while swinging at it. So now still 2-2, even though I've swung at 2 balls on back-to-back pitch attempts. That one's going to be a ball also, so full count. Austin Martin on deck. He'll probably get pinch hit for, depending on how well his clutch is. Ooh, that one was low, but it was moving very well. It had a very side to side movement that got me to swing at it full count. That one's outside just barely. Going to be ball 4 for Carantini, and we'll look here what we have. Maybe a substitution. What's the clutch rating for? He's hitting 41 with the clutch. What's everyone else's clutch? Isaiah Kiner-Falefa actually has a crazy clutch, and he can play center field for him today. So Kiner-Falefa for Martin. We'll see if we can get a base knock with Falefa, who's hitting 275. Been a really good signing for us this year, but I'm still looking at Kalen Culpepper maybe coming up and taking that shortstop job, and we move Kiner-Falefa. At least the way things are going right now, that probably looks to be how it goes. But Falefa, pinch hit home run. Santa Maria, 3-run shot for Falefa. You see it. The Bomba Soda may be back. Only his second on the year, but it comes in at a perfect time versus the Athletics. And now they have to go to Luis Medina to face Emmanuel Rodriguez, who's going to get hit right on the very first pitch. Bring up Luke Keyshaw, who's hitting 313. Oh my gosh. I did not think he was hitting that well this year. That is very good despite whatever. And he beats out a single, hits it hard to first base, runs it out, and the pitcher couldn't get there in time. Okay. Royce Lewis now 1 for 4, 282 is his average. He's going to pop it up. But we do give the Twins the lead versus the Athletics here. We'll just return to simulating unless they need us. We take the dub. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, perfect. Luke Keyshaw apparently had a home run earlier in the day. So just a wonderful performance from the team. 23 and 26 is right around maybe where we want to be. Also, I'm not facing Mason Miller. I'm sorry. I'll just take the L there, and then scouting assignments after we lose again. Eric Griffin and Alex Condonio. Who did we recently scout? Someone who's probably not even that good. This Eric Griffin guy was the 31st ranked area pick. We'll see if we can find someone else around that area because we are pick 22 and 40 this year. So, yeah, Ryan Corbett. Oops, I should have made sure that that guy can even. We'll just end these and scout position player maybe. What does the other guy scout? Straight position players. Okay. We'll go find somebody that we can scout who has like crazy good potential. Is there just no good shortstops in this class? Other than the number 12 guy, not really. Just know, hey, I'm not expecting him to fall to us, which is actually absolutely zero hate. We're going to scout the prospect. There was a starting pitcher at pick right here. Ryan Corbett. You can there. And we'll continue simulating losing. Okay. 23 and 29. Keep Marcelo Ozuna active. Lucas Ersig. Luke Keyshaw has a moment. Not gonna do that one. We'll see. We haven't pitched with our new acquisition, Patrick Sandoval, yet, so we're gonna get a player lock game with him here versus the Kansas City Royals, a division rival, who are pitching Cole Ragans today, who has a 5 ERA. Wow, that's a little poor, if I do say so myself. But you know, Patrick Sandoval. Let's see his stuff. Oh, never mind. Now let's see his stuff. 2.8 ERA on the season, 1.23 whip, has 37 strikeouts through 54 innings. So clearly not a strikeout guy, but he is definitely limiting the runs. Has been a very good ad for us, but also probably will be a good trade piece to trade away during this season if we don't decide to pick things up here shortly. And I don't really know what it is that's making us be bet because we have a good ERA for most of our pitchers. We have good hitting majority, at least for average, just maybe we're not hitting in the same time. Or it's our bullpen because I have not looked at our bullpen at all, as that is going to be strike three on Isaac Collins. 1-2 for Sandoval versus Jorge Springer, George Springer, over here in Kansas City. An ad I do kind of remember from the offseason, but kind of a big one, if I do say so myself, for the Royals. They kind of needed that extra hitting for the team. They don't really have a top hitting guy, if to say so myself. 0-1, 2 outs versus Bobby Witt. The sinker gets him. Okay. Not exactly the pitch I expected to get past him, but we'll see if the 12-6 can too. No. Circle change, though, on the outside. Usually gets a swing and a miss. Actually, a lot more than you'd expect a changeup to do. It gets the swing way outside there, but still making contact with the ball. 1-2, 2 outs. Slider not going to enter the zone. 12-6 here. 2-2, 2 outs. Ooh, that was close, just not close enough. Maybe the sinker can get him. Or not. We'll just throw one not close enough to the zone and we blow what was, I'm pretty sure, an 0-2 count, and then we throw a 12-6 that gives up a easy stolen base to Bobby Witt. So, Sandoval, are you kidding me? Okay, thank you. The left field, it will be an out. 1-2, 12-6 curve from Patrick Sandoval to Ian Happ. Ooh, Ian Happ also another ad for this Royals team, but they're still below 500 on the season. I also don't see a penny past Quintino, so maybe that's why. Speaking of new names, again, Sal Frelick hitting 293 for this Royals team. Interesting ad that they have there as well. So, kind of a new Royals team from last season. Are you kidding me? He definitely went, but not going to challenge anything because you can't challenge a check swing in this game. Swing and a miss on the slider. High and inside fastball for a potential swing and a miss. Or a hard hit ball to the right side. Let's go 2-2 slider going away from him. Still going to be fouled back. Okay. Trying to stay alive is Sal Frelick, and Patrick Sandoval just trying to end the at bat, and he does. Blows the fastball by him. Lane Thomas, I think another ad for the Royals, because I think he was a Guardian last year, if I remember. Oh, off of right fielder Emmanuel Rodriguez. Oh, they're running a second? That might be an out. Yeah. Not exactly what you expected there on the running side of things. But Michael Garcia hitting in the 8 hole with a 280 average. Pretty sure he leads off for them in real life. Okay. Interesting decisions from the Royals with their lineup. Maybe their manager is just a little cuckoo, and that's their issue. That's hard hit to center field, but going to be an out. That's going to be a base knock right off of us, Nick Lofton. Center field, perfect, perfect. That circle change hung directly over the middle, so if he didn't hit it, honestly, I would think there was something wrong with him. Sinker catches the zone there. Slider also gets a swing. Circle change on the 0-2. Swing and a miss. That's 3 strikes and the second out. Okay, Jorge Springer. Ooh, 1-0. 1-1 after that fastball clips the zone. Didn't actually, but this ump is having a field day with some bad calls, but we're okay with it because they've mainly helped us. Slider hits the zone. 12-6 on the last pitch. Going to be rolled down the third baseline. Thrown over to first base for an out. Sandoval only giving up 2 hits. Has 3 strikeouts, 45 pitches, and the lead currently in the 4th inning. So he's pitching very good for his first performance that we have actually pitched with him. At least I think it is. Maybe we've played a moment with him or something, but I don't believe so. 0-0, 1 out. That fastball did not clip the zone. It was way high. Yeah, 1-0. Salvador Perez knows the strike zone pretty well, if I do say so myself. Luke Keyshaw going to get a ground ball and throw it over to Trishan Gray for the out. Now Ian Happ up to bat once again for the Royals. This one's going to be drilled up to center field. See, that's where you have the shift in. I mean, you can't technically legally have an actual shift, but you move a little bit to the side. That fastball barely clips the zone on Sal Frelick, and it's now a 1-1 count after the sinker. It seems like Sandoval is having a tough time finding the strike zone. Ooh, that one's going to be bounced up the middle, and that should be an out. Top five, still 1-0 for Sandoval. That fastball near the zone, not quite there though. Circle change, gonna get a swing and a miss from Lane Thomas. Lane Thomas just ain't ready to go. 1-1 sinker. That one's gonna be hit hard. 1-2. We'll go slider for the outside corner. Not gonna quite nick it there. So 2-2 with the circle change. Nothing. Okay, high fastball. Let's see it. It's going to be popped up, and that one will be an out. Circle change catches the zone on Michael Garcia. 0-1, 1 out. Ooh, high fastball. Slider. Ooh, barely clips the zone. 1-2, 1 out. Swing and a miss. 1-2, 2 outs. Circle change up. That's going to be hit to shortstop and be an out. Strike three, Sandoval takes down Isaac Collins for his 5th strikeout of the night. And gives up a hit to George Springer the very next pitch. That one's going to be a hit too. Bobby Witt. Somehow, I'm kind of mad about that one. That one don't make sense. 12-6 curve on the 1-2. Should be able to turn 2 with how slow Salvi is if we get him out at second. There we go. 1-2. That might be the end of the day. Yes. Jojo Romero comes in the 6th to relieve Patrick Sandoval, who will get a W 1-4 and somehow get player of the game. Okay, we're totally fine with that. It's Cole Ragans does not do very well himself. We'll continue simulating. Marcell Ozuna is no longer injured. Ty Landeberg isn't. Neither is Joel Ortego. Who's playing left field for us right now? Or DH? This just don't make sense to me. What's Marcell Ozuna hitting? 258 with 9 homers? So you're telling me that this isn't the lineup you'd be having? You're just genuinely dumb. Then, but okay. That's just me. I'm going to do that. Sim to the end of the game, we're going to take that out. Ooh, lat muscle strain for Taj Bradley. Marcell Ozuna has an 11-game hitting streak going. It probably ended there. As we're on a downward skid as things continue. These 2 spots are fine. Does this guy do anything but discover? He can scout position players. So let's go catcher and see if there's any potential catchers. Rodrigo Caruso, maybe, just to be one of those later round guys for us. 1-3, we'll probably just lose that one. Yes, Taj Bradley's back. We're 25-34. The season is kind of going awry. I want to look at players. Austin Martin, good batting average. Josh Bell, Luke Keyshaw, Ryan Creedler. So maybe Creedler gets some time. I don't know. Wallner. Oh, you're injured. I forgot. How long is Walker Jenkins still out for? 1 to 2 weeks with this broken leg. let's look at some of our AAA players. Simeon Woods, I mean, he's probably not going to get the call up right now. Maybe Zebby Matthews gets some pitching time, but we don't really need pitching. That's not really our issue right now. It's more around some other places where we could call up Kalen Culpepper. I feel like he's just not quite ready. Who is at the AAA level even doing good right now? Aaron Sabato, I see. Tanner Schobel hitting 293 with 6 home runs. He is one of the better Twins prospects. He's up in a lot of stuff this year. He's getting close to the big leagues. So maybe this episode we see a call up of Tanner Schobel, since right now we just can't really get even a win. There's our first one in a while to break a big streak. We're gonna have to activate Walker Jenkins way early, even though not what I would like to do. Transactions, Kevin McGonigal, their managed rosters, Darren Bowen, Thomas Harrington's not doing good. Merrick Houston, okay at AA. Aaron Sabato doing really good at AAA. Mike Paredes, Zebby Matthews. I really could see Aaron Sabato getting the call up from first base to play for us if we trade away somebody. It's just not really in the cards at this exact moment. Also, Trishan Gray is going to have to go down. He's not batting well anyway, so it's not the worst thing in the world. We're going to continue simulating, keep active on him. 1 to 2 weeks for AA. Bailey, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Bailey Ober for Richie Becerra, right fielder, first base, left field, center field, has already amazing contact. Think he got drafted last year. Yeah, in the second round, a potential. And Bailey Ober is not pitching good. You know, I didn't make many trades last year. Bailey Ober this year isn't even in the starting lineup right now. Becerra is a 62 overall, a potential, probably top prospect. It says that he is 30th, a top 30 prospect for someone who's not even pitching good this season. On a last year of their contract, Bailey Ober has been traded away. Now, I'm very surprised I have even had the opportunity to make that move. But sometimes you just don't get deals that come along so good that like you just don't know what to do about him. He's not going to be a power hitter. You can clearly see he's going to be a contact speed defender, and it's more of that right field arm strength. He is working on his power. It just is going to be slow to come along. Um, he's good at getting on base and good just in that aspect all around. I get that he may not be a even 15 home run per year guy right now, but he sure looks to be good enough for a Bailey Ober trade, at least right now. And now we're going to need a relief pitcher or some sort to come back up, and it's either Zebby Matthews or Simeon Woods, but Simeon Woods has already been up at the big leagues this year, and he'll get his recall back up. He's been doing good with his time down at the minor leagues. We'll see if he can reclaim some better pitching here throughout the rest of the season. So, huge trade just made just like that. All right, so big move. Like I just said, we're not going to go look all at that, but I think definitely a big enough trade to be excited about trading away Bailey Ober, who has been a pitcher in this Twins team for quite some time. looking to move out of contention maybe now. Might be the year to sell. We're 27 and 37, not even at the deadline yet, and you can just slowly see things deteriorating and can kind of understand why. Um, the team just doesn't look up to their last year's potential. This year, probably not going to be that year where they make it back to the playoffs if we truly are looking at things. So it's going to be an interesting rest of the season now. We're probably going to, at the trade deadline, have to look to trade away some more players. But, Jung Ho Lee and Ryan Walker get traded to the Blue Jays for Arjun Namala, Miles Straw, and Marco Vargas. Also, I want to look where the guy is we just traded for on the top prospects. Where are the top prospects and why can't I find them? It's the league. That's why. Um, so we have Adrian Castro, obviously, our second round pick this year, with his high B potential. Where Johnny Dunning, okay. The Athletics have a couple of guys. Leo DeFreeze is up. Kevin McGonigal is too. Where exactly? Andres Navarro, our first round pick here, at 25. Richie Becerra is at 36. Okay, so we have the seventh ranked farm system. Two pitchers in the top here. Steve Gelman, also one of the pitchers that we took in the second round. Richie Becerra there. Eduardo Tait up to 66, trying to get his stats up and stuff. He's 50th ranked. And then Merrick Houston is not ranked, but still. Kalen Culpepper, the eighth in our organization, but probably going to get called up here shortly. We'll see what happens there. Nick Lodolo traded for Nate George, Diego Ibaez, and Michael Hellman. Wow. A couple of trades going down here in June. Not even earlier or later. Mick Abel gets a slight injury, then comes back. We have another trade offer. They want Brooks Lee, who this season has not been at the big leagues, has been down at AAA for us. Actually improved quite a bit and might see a call up. Austin Martin, who's hitting 293 and is limited at bats, and Alex Jackson for 18-year-old, number 32 ranked Joe Fordyce. I don't know that I want him. And Drew Hackenberg, a 68 overall. So that's not really at the top of my list of what to do, but oh my goodness, I see a big trade here. They want Pablo Lopez and Taj Bradley, which together, I don't know that I'm willing to trade them together. And Orlando Arcia, who we don't really care about, for Chase DeLauder. He went down in potential, though, this year, hitting 220. Neither of those seem interesting to me. Framber Valdez gets traded to the Dodgers along with Will Vest and Tyler Holton for Zaire Hope, Alex Freeland, and Emil Morales. So some big trades prior to the trade deadline. Also, now we see Walker Jenkins coming back for us. Let's go. He already gets put into the lineup, I'm guessing somewhere. Yes, left field. Who that takes out Emmanuel Rodriguez, but he's already hurt, I guess. Didn't realize Emmanuel Rodriguez was hurt, but he is. Let's not sim through the date since I forgot to set scouting. We see Ryan Corbett might actually be a very good draft pick here, along with Rodrigo Caruso moving down, and Jim Burrell is about the same in pick worthiness type areas. We're gonna put Ronnie Blanton there on our board. We could put I'm just looking for more like potential guys over anything else is more of my thought process here. Um, hmm, maybe we draft Britton. Like he could be a person, depending on things. Then let's go to the trade hub. Make sure I'm going to decline both of these offers. I like the thought process of them. I just don't think they make sense for us. Um, they offer us another trade. Oh my goodness. They really want these guys. Pablo Lopez and Taj Bradley and Orlando Arcia for Travis Bazana, the first overall pick, who in real life just made his big league debut. He would be playing. He could play anywhere, honestly. Where would he play for us, though? I don't know. Since Luke Keyshaw is doing amazing, he's playing AAA this season because he had a bad time at the bigs. Daniel McGill, number one Guardians prospect. He was drafted with their first round pick last year, and Matt Wilkinson, who was a round 10 pick in 2023 as a starting pitcher. Orlando Arcia, I don't care about. Taj Bradley last year had a pretty good season. This year, he's having a much worse season. Like he's on pace to just not do that. But Pablo Lopez hmm, is someone we could look to trade to. I don't want to trade all of the guys in our rotation. It would be basically Joe Ryan sitting by himself then. They also offered us another trade. They want this so bad. Okay, but this one, it's a bunch of people we don't need as well. Angel Janeo, a switch hitting shortstop bat. Angel Martinez, which we have in the Rockies franchise, so I don't really know that I want that. But this Bazana trade, I'm gonna look into. I'm gonna counter it with out giving up Taj Bradley, and then we'll take Matt Wilkinson off of this from them. So we'll do a 2 for 2, give them Pablo Lopez and Orlando Arcia for Travis Bazana and Daniel McGill. We'll see what they think of that. And if they choose to accept it, we will take Travis Bazana. I mean, Luke Keeshaw's having an amazing season, so I'm not going to move him out of second base. Third base, we have Royce Lewis. He's kind of the guy, even if he doesn't want to look like the guy right now. Shortstop, we're hoping it's Kalen Culpepper here shortly, but then he could take maybe an outfield. I don't know. Bazana wouldn't be like an insta starter, but the idea of him is the cool part, you know? Also, we lose there. Um, the trade hub. Let's go put. I think I can put Josh Bell on there now. Yes, and Victor Carantini also. We'll see. We're probably going to be getting a lot of trade offers rolling in. We're 30 and 42. This team needs to be blown up a little bit. Do I think Joe Ryan could be one of those players too? Yes, but we need one of our pitchers to stay around probably, which I don't know which one that's going to be. I don't want to fully do a full reset completely here. Um, Manuel Rodriguez is back. Quentin Young is now out for 2 to 3 months for the second season in a row. That is just not healthy for us. Erod, I want you playing every day. Play right field. Thank you. Play right field for us. And then I don't care who they have in the DH right now. What else do we have? Josh Bell hitting 301. He's going to bring in somebody. This is basically going to be food for thought next episode of the trade deadline. A lot of this, anyways. Um, two 2 to 3 months there. We can't wait for your decision any longer on this trade. We're not going to do it, but we'll see what they think. I think we've looked into your offer and considered some counter offers, but decided to hold off at this time. Okay, that's okay. We'll wait till next episode probably to do the big trade since it's not even the trade deadline this episode, but it will be draft day. So, yes. Um, dang, there's an injury. Ronnie Blanton injured center fielder. Dang, dang. Not really what you want. Um, Neither of those guys fall too far. Also, I do have some sponsorships to add on for this season. There we go. That should get us some more money for the team. Today is the end of the Texas League. That's fine. They offer us a huge trade here now, too. Pablo Lopez for number 38 prospect, starting pitcher Will Hackman was the second round pick for the Astros last year. Joseph Sullivan, their seventh round pick a while ago. I don't know that I want him. And Zach DeZeno, a right fielder who's at the majors right now. Um, we'll look into this, but I think from what they were offering, we can get better stuff for Pablo Lopez. Bo Bichette gets traded from the Red Sox to the Yankees for Jeffrey Springs, Ben Hess, and Yaniel Fernandez. 3-0. We wanted to play this series, and I think this is when we're gonna do it. Or no, we're gonna go to this July month to play them. I've simmed a lot more than I expected to this episode. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, but we're not very good, and that is partially the reasoning for us simming so much. We're gonna have to bring another position player down. I don't want it to be Henry Davis because we do need that backup. There, Austin Martin's been hitting well. Don't want to send down Marcell Ozuna. Trevor Larnach definitely can't. Not going to send down Walker Jenkins despite his really bad performances. I think it just has to be Austin Martin for now. We'll see. Martin might be on an interesting issue. Um, Anyways, DeBridge, you're going to have to go down to AA, and that's fine for now. Transactions completed, all right. Manager, our lineup, we need. Why is Manuel Rodriguez not playing? Like, seriously. Also, it's okay if Matt. Okay, right field, left field. We can't have Walker Jenkins not playing, despite how bad he's been. I mean, I don't know. He's been a bust recently, but I still want to play him. I just don't know. Maybe they have to split time. Um, they can't wait on the decision any longer. They're just not gonna leave it up for us. So okay, that's fine. The Twins win 8-7 in that. We lose that one 3-1. Today's a day for scouting assignments, which is good because we're just gonna do scouting stuff anyways. Ethan Griggs, gonna put him on the board. We're up 18-3 in this one. Beat the Tigers 15-7. Keep Funderburk active. I just want to get to the draft here and do our draft day. It's 11 days away. I didn't even expect to be this far. Sim to the end of the game. 15-day IL now for Joe Ryan, so he can't look to be traded right now. And we're going to have a game to play. I think we're going to go Pablo Lopez as his last ever potentially time as a pitcher for us with a really good season this year. I just don't want to pay him the money that he's asking for. Richie Barrera is doing good, Gabby Gonzalez, but those aren't even the people in question of if they're doing good, what I'm going to do with them. Tanner Scoble is doing great, though, and you know what? For this series, we don't even have enough 40-man spots. Who's on the 40-man? Who shouldn't be on the 40-man? Right now, Andrew Morris, even more than Kendry Rojas. Um, also, we have. I shouldn't have put some people on the 40-man that are on the 40-man, but they're there. So we have to deal with it and leave them there. But Tanner Scoble added to the 40-man and called up to the big leagues. Probably didn't expect that this episode, that's for sure. I didn't really expect to see a Tanner Scoble call up, but we have people like Royce Lewis who are hitting bad again. People like Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. We expected it to be the time for Kalen Culpepper, but he still just doesn't seem like he's doing his best that he could be right now. So we're gonna have to see on that, but we'll continue things here. All right, Twins fans taking on the White Sox. Kind of skipping around here, but we're gonna have Pablo Lopez perform in his final potential game here as a Twin. We'll see how things work out throughout the rest of the season, but I want to play this game and then also do the draft this episode. So still a little bit of stuff left here to come for your Twins. You guys obviously know from the length of this video, it's probably a long one, but I hope you guys do enjoy it either way, as there's a chopper from Emmanuel Rodriguez to second base where he will be out. Josh Bell going to put a ball in play. This one, not quite going to get through the shortstop. Going to make the throw, Colson Montgomery on the run, throwing out Josh Bell. Then we have Marcell Ozuna, someone we claimed off of waivers, now hitting 270. Other than the fact that he's probably not great for our clubhouse, he has been producing on the bat just like that. Again, another good hitter, Matt Wallner, 285. Crazy amount of work that he's been putting in. All of our top batters here in the top four hitting 280 or above. You just love to see it as they are helping push this team to be better. Will they end up making us Will they end up making us a playoff contender this year? Probably not. We're probably going to trade out of that type of scenario. I mean, a lot of people would expect Joe Ryan to be the first to leave, but we just signed him to a big contract. As of right now, he is going to still be our ace, and I wouldn't expect him to go anywhere anytime soon. 2-2, 2 outs. Runner on second. Ooh, I did swing now, and I did foul that one back with Matt Wallner, who there's only been one pitch in the zone, so he should have probably already walked by now, but not going to happen as he goes down swinging. Pablo Lopez, his stats this season, 3.08 whip, or ERA, 1.17 whip, 20% strikeout rate, and he has faced a lot of batters this year. Hopefully he can have a good last performance on this Twins team. I say last performance, he will get a few more, but last one that we're going to see of him on this Twins team most likely this season. 1-1, the pitch, going to be a strike. Let's get him with the curveball. Kyle Teal on the 1-2. Curve, going to be hit hard, foul. So staying alive is Teal. Pablo Lopez with the pitch, the sinker, going to get a fly ball to center field where Byron Buxton can get under it for an out. We get to face the number 1 overall pick in this game, Omar Cannon. Yes, that's right. This guy was drafted just last season, already at the big leagues. Something we're looking to see in other series where they will be towards the top of the league, hopefully, to start. just like Omar Cannon is here right now. He definitely helped this White Sox team. As you can see, he puts it into the gap right away. 66 speed. We wanted him with the third pick, but he didn't even fall to it, as he will get to second base for a double. Omar Cannon showing why he was that first overall pick, showing kind of the Paul Skeens trajectory of just instantly coming up. And, it's really worked out for the White Sox. Going to be a tough player to play against for most of our seasons. Hopefully he maybe gets traded away or something like that. Curveball going to miss the zone. We'll go fastball. That one looks really close, not quite hitting. We're going to go 3-2 sweeper. Not going to get a strike. So Pablo Lopez, we want him to build up his trade value. Right now, it's falling. 0-1 with the circle change, going to get a strike. Munetaka Murakami going to get a few more pitches with a 1-2. The fastball blows by him. Lopez got that strikeout stuff still left in him, as he's going to strike out his first batter of the day and then face Lenin Sosa here to go ahead and get the final out of the inning. 2-2's the count in the top of the second for Byron Buxton, who has 15 pitches from Shane Smith. Wow, going to go right down the middle for a fastball, and it's going to be strike 3. Shane Smith. Some good stuff. Luke Keyshaw hitting 292, and he's going to put that one up the middle. He has done some good hitting this season, and he's going to continue it here. You know what else we like about Luke Keyshaw is he's a pretty fast guy. We're going to send him, try and get a hit and run there with Carantini. Not going to end up working. We'll try it here once again. Putting him in motion. Going to be fouled back again. Carantini getting pitches to swing at, which is all right, but we're going to keep putting Luke Keyshaw in motion until they decide to try and pick him off over there. That one's going to be fouled back again. So 0-2. He might steal the base. He might not. We just might keep fouling it off. Or we might get stricken out and thrown in and out. That one's going to be a throw out in the first place, and Luke Keyshaw will get to the base for his 9th steal of the season. He's a pretty fast dude, and he is going to pick up the base. 1-2 to Carantini. That one, looks to have hit the zone, but they don't challenge it, leaving a 2-2 count. For Carantini, gets a fastball high. No swing on that one, so full for Carantini. Let's see the pitch. That one's going to be fouled back, even though I think it was a little bit high. I was a little bit nervous as well. 7 pitches have come into Carantini. Let's continue it. Full count. No swing. We're just going to send Luke Keyshaw back to second. And that one will be a walk for Carantini, bringing up Royce Lewis, who has fallen off subsequently this episode at a 234 average now. He started off the season hot, has fallen off quite a bit since then. 0-1, 1 out after that one is fouled back. Let's see what Lewis is offered. It's going to be a hard hit, 12-6 curveball, 108 miles per hour off the bat. Does end up being foul, though. 0-2, going to see the 12-6 go outside of the zone for a ball. Lewis, one of our best players last year in the postseason, having a little bit of a down year. I mean, he doesn't really perform as well in the regular season as he does the postseason, which is good to an extent, but we do need you to perform for us to make it to the postseason. Tanner Schobel going to get some of his first major league at-bats here today after getting the call-up. He's playing shortstop for us right now, as Kalen Culpepper has not made his way to the bigs yet. Very intriguingly, as we have that storyline going on and unfolding as we've been playing today. 2-1 after the swing and the miss. Shane Smith blowing it by Schobel. So we'll see if Schobel can catch up. He can. This one going to be flying to center field for an out. 0-2 to Miguel Vargas, where Pablo Lopez We'll throw him the high fastball. The high cheddar is going to be put into play for a Byron Buxton out. We're going to use a challenge here. We'll see if it hit the zone. Fastball high. Just misses. Oh my. I thought that one was close enough for the challenge. 1-1. Riku Nishida, the guy that we're facing, hitting 118 this season. Not exactly wonderful. 2-2 with the high fastball on Riku. It's going to be strike 3. This one's going to be hit hard. Oh my. To right field, where we will get the out. Matt Wallner runs underneath of it. We're 8-2 in our last 10 games. The Twins looking to make a push, maybe? I don't know. I just don't feel the buy-in on this season. We're below 500 near the trade deadline. Things are clicking, though, as of late, so maybe we change our minds and keep Pablo Lopez, keep all the players, and just only have the Bailey Ober trade that we made this episode. We'll find out here shortly, though. 2-0. Oh, my goodness, Emmanuel Rodriguez. He launches one. Right field, going. Caught on the wall. Wow. Home run stolen from Rodriguez. Bringing up Josh Bell now, where he's just going to fly out to left field. That one was very weakly hit. Not even concerned about that one being a home run, as the second out of the inning has come. Marcell Ozuna with a hit his last time up. See if he can continue it. Pulls it to the other side. Colson Montgomery gets down and dirty and gets the out at first. There's going to be a rain delay, it looks to be, as we're talking with the umpires. Blue, what's up? The rain delay is expected to last about 90 minutes, which warm up a fresh arm. Yeah. David Festa having a really good year this year. He's going to have to be that new guy coming in for us. 3.35 ERA. Can't finish the game with Pablo, as his energy will be nearly negative by the time this game came around. But they got 3 innings from their starter. Ours just doesn't quite get the chance to do the same. I mean, couple of scoreless innings for Pablo, so maybe it raises his stock in the trade market, but I don't know. We'll see. I want to see if I can trade him for a potential prospect, or roughly that. And I don't want to trade both him and Taj Bradley at the same time, like the same trade, unless I'm getting at least a B and C potential player back and a high B potential at that. So I did get offered a trade, well simming, as David Festa gets a strikeout, for a B and A potential prospect, with both of them in it. But I also had to give up Victor Carantini and Orlando Arcia. Maybe I do that, but I just don't see why I would do that, personally. 0-1. Ooh, 1-1 now. David Festa going to make that one be out of the zone. We're going to go fastball on Omar Cannon, and oh my. He launches that baseball 383 feet. David Festa gives up a run. Cannon, the rookie with a beard of a 40-year-old, gets the home run. So now the White Sox have an early lead on us. The whole entire point of us playing this was to face Omar Cannon. The draft episode facing the former first overall pick just seems right. They also switch pitchers to Brandon Eisert, 5.67 ERA, and a lefty who throws about 92 for his fastest pitch, maybe a little bit faster. We'll see what he has to offer the Twins. 0 for 1 on the day is Matt Wallner. We'll see if he can turn that around in the 4th inning here, where we will see him face Eisert, who has not yet even come close to hitting the zone. I'm about ready to think about just taking my hand completely off of the controller, but we're going to wait one more pitch before we fully decide that, as that fastball does enter the zone at a nice little clip. 2-1 the count for Wallner. The pitch hits the zone, going to be hit high to left center field, where the left fielder will get underneath of it. 1-2 the count for star center fielder Byron Buxton. Ooh, just going to poke that one out to short left center field where Colson Montgomery will get underneath. And that's not Colson Montgomery, but that's who I thought was playing shortstop today, and he clearly is not. Some good defensive possessions, though, from him out there. That must be their guy who's hitting like 113, because I don't know who it is, unless it's Miguel Vargas, but I don't think he's playing over there. I don't know for sure, though. Luke Keyshaw hitting 295, almost 300 on the season, hitting in the 6 hole for us. A little interesting lineup maneuvering from some people, but it's all right, because I would like to say it was me who put him there, but the AI moves him around a lot. 1-2 count. And we'll see a sinker from David Festa on Munetaka Murakami, where it will be driven deep to right field, but Matt Wallner will get under it for the out, where we'll get to now see Leanin Sosa, one of the better-ish hitters on this White Sox team. Clearly, it's Omar Cannon, and then a little bit of a fall off from there, but how big of a fall off, we do have to ask. That one will be cut off by Matt Wallner, where he'll throw it into second real hard, but Sosa will be able to get a base knock. Now Miguel Vargas going to look to get one of his own. Gets the sinker. Ooh. And that one will be caught. I thought that we honestly had the chance to get the double play there, but I guess he caught it. So that kind of takes away that entire aspect of the game. Circle change, low, going to get a swing from Rikuta Nishida, who I think might actually be their shortstop today, not Colson Montgomery, even though I've said it being Colson Montgomery multiple times today. 1-2, David Festa with the fastball. We will get out number 3 in right field with Matt Wallner. They're going to switch pitchers once again here. Jordan Hicks, 4.34 ERA, 36 games appeared in. Who do I want to warm up? I guess Tyler Kinley. He will be on the warm-up. Since David Festa, we're only going to make him go 3 innings. I don't want to make him go any more than that. Victor Carantini here, going to hit it right to second base for an out. 3-0 count for Royce Lewis. We'll see if he gets a pitch to hit. Kind of, sort of, maybe, but not really one that I should have swung at, as that one's going to be caught in right field. Don't know what I was doing on that 3-0. But Tanner Schobel's going to get his chance after he is now 1 for 4 on the season. See if we can get his second hit. He's the number 15 Minnesota prospect. Not really a prospect right now, but 0-1, going to be fouled back. He was having a really good time at AAA, where now he is at the big leagues playing shortstop. 0-2. That one's going to be a strike on the outside corner for strike 3. 3-0 count versus Luis Angel Acuna. Fastball catches the zone slightly, so now we have a 3-1. That fastball will be hit to right center for a Matt Wallner out. He almost overruns it. Dang, that was scary. Maybe William Bergolla is their shortstop today. I don't know. Maybe I should just look at their team so I actually knew. 0-1. Going to be hit on the ground to Josh Bell, where he will get the out. Not the only time it's going to be put in play, as Kyle Teal will also put it in play 1 pitch later. Omar Cannon, the guy who just hit the home run off of David Festa. We'll see if he does it again. I'm really hoping he doesn't. 0-1, sinker. Stay far away. Keep the pitches as far away as you can and not hang them, as he is the best hitter on the team. I don't know what's happening, and low-key giving up 3 extra base hits does warrant probably player of the game, as he will be left hanging on base because Chase Meredith hits it short. Manuel Rodriguez will pop out to center field for an out. Still facing Jordan Hicks in this one. Don't know if we're going to finish this whole entire game out, since Pablo, we did it a lot to play with him, and his day did end, but I mean, I do feel good about facing Omar Cannon. That's kind of the whole point of us coming into this game, and I hyped him up, and he's been living up to that dream of having a top prospect like that. We really, we really wish that we could have gotten him, but sadly taken number one overall to the White Sox last year. If he would have fallen into our laps once again, I would have probably taken him. I knew he was the number one prospect in the class as Marcell Ozuna goes down. We do want to see Tyler Kinley, but we're going to simulate the half inning, simulate that one too, and then we're going to switch pitchers, go to Miguel Castro. We'll see Tanner Schoop. Ooh, somebody scored last inning. We're going to switch pitchers again here to Jojo Romero now. And then here in the ninth, attempt to get the win versus Grant Taylor, who has 9 pitches. He has a really good pitch mix. It's going to be really hard to come out here and get a run, but Buxton hits it hard to shortstop or third base, where it will be ran down and caught for the out. Luke Keyshaw now hitting 296, 2 for 3 on the day. Went out. The kick and the pitch, that one he's going to be laid on. We're going to be laid on, and it's going to be a pop-up right behind the plate to none other than Kyle Teal, bringing up Victor Carantini, who's 0 for 2 on the day, not doing as good as he was hitting last season. So I do think you could see a Henry Davis taking over the catching spot, because if we're not going to get the offensive upside from Victor Carantini, there's not as much of a point in him playing because he has 0 defensive. We're not going to go to a pinch runner right now. If we move forward with, like, if we get a double and he doesn't score, it is what it is, I guess. 2 outs. I probably am going to get a double now that I say that, but or I'll probably just strike out looking is also another way. I'm used to going down. But anyways, Carantini probably going to look to be a part of some trades this year in next episode. Next episode will be an intriguing one, if I do say so myself. 0-2, 2 outs. Grant Taylor hits that one way outside. Kyle Teal lucky to block it. Does a good job there. 1-2 with the 2 outs. The kick and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Grant Taylor helps close out the Twins as we lose 2-1. All runs coming off of the bat of none other than Omar Cannon Jr. I mean, this guy has already been pretty gosh darn good at baseball. We knew he was going to be coming out of last year's draft. We just didn't expect it to be this good. Actually, I want both of the clips to be coming off of this. And here we go. Give me a Pablo Lopez. Yes, that's what I like. Couple of that. David Festa gets the loss with 2 earned runs given up, even though not really his fault. He wasn't expected to come in. Jake Rucker's back. A lot of people are back scouting. This is the last week worth. Let's completely change this guy. Don't really care. And then go to that pitcher. Let's change to someone who has like 99 potential back here, or high potential back here. This guy, Felipe Felix. I just always like them high potential guys. And that should be all the people before draft day. Sorry if you guys didn't want me to get this far this episode, but it just seemed like it needed to happen with how the team's been playing. I know we're 3rd in the division. We just haven't been playing that good. They don't want to wait any longer on the deal that I was talking about getting offered. We're not going to look into it. I have some trades I will offer next episode. We're not going to do any more this episode. The Twins win that. Okay, Steve Gellman's back. Keep Buxton active during the knee sprain. Matt Wallner, got to keep you active. Buxton's back. Brandon Woodruff gets traded for Jose Santos and Walker Janik. So the signing doesn't even end up completely mattering Oh my goodness, we just got offered something big. They want to give us Sean Murphy to replace Victor Carantini, that would be. They'll give us top 60 prospect Cam Nitty with the 3.72 ERA, I'm guessing in AAA. Yes, he is their round one pick from 2024 and is slowly going up. He's up to a 73 left-armed bat. In the number 5 prospect, Tate Sittenhouse, or South Scene is how you say that, at shortstop, who is hitting 201. I don't know that I want to make that trade, but someone else may. Not really my type of cup of coffee there. Um, I'm gonna go scouted and add these players to the draft queue who I think are gonna be good. Luis Jacobs, I do remember. Yes, okay. Um, there's a lot of position players I have on my board for today for potential picks. Ronnie Blanton skipped his physical, so that's why I took him off. This guy opted out of his. We're looking more, if you can't tell, into the aspect of position players this draft because last time we got almost all pitchers. So it's going to be a way different class. We have the 22nd pick, 40th pick, and it goes on from there. But we'll start the draft here and see who the White Sox take this year. Andres Castillo ends up being the first overall pick in left field. See if he's as good as Omar Cannon. Then the Rays have D'Angelo Martinez. And the third pick is Quinn Cuero. So two of the same teams have the top 2 picks this year, taking left fielders and then a first baseman. We'll see if any of our guys go before our pick. Alan Pope, a left fielder, so left field looks to be the place to look for prospects this year and potentially pick some up. Gene Kelly, a second baseman, is the next pick, 18 years old, out of high school. Now we'll see what the Rockies take. Rameses Milano, a center fielder with potentially 96 potential, could be better. All right, Justin Mesa. He is a second baseman who gets taken. I'm getting a little more nervous that our guy might get taken, as, I mean, just seems like that's the route that they're going right now. Third base gets the 8th pick for Ray Arturo. We have not seen any pitchers up to this point today. Until now, Dean Kearns, the second overall ranked draft pick in MLB terms, and he gets taken. Then Carter Williams, the 14th pick off of the terms of the MLB, will fall here to the 10th overall pick. Then 11, they take Jared Harrington, a right fielder who had potentially 99 potential, was ranked 45th overall. Then Willie Polanco, center fielder, looks to be a higher overall, maybe not as high potential type of a guy to start his career. Ben Mata, a starting pitcher who has maybe 99 potential, is also available. Then the Kansas City Royals have Octavio Martin as a pick. He is potentially a legendary type of a pick, a generational, we'll see. Then Peter Del Villar ends up being the next one. Now we have the Diamondbacks on the clock where they take Arthur Wheelman, a right fielder out of high school. He is 18 years old. The Padres up, and we still have not seen Eric Griffin taken, which is good. Now we see the Twins take Joe Reynolds, a center fielder out of the Eastern region, Eugene McKenna to the Guardians. So as we get closer, we can still see we have our top 2 potential prospects left on the board. We continue. Eloy Villegas will be the starting pitcher to the Marlins. There is now the Baltimore Orioles on the board where they will take our second overall rated player in Ryan Corbett. So we're hoping Eric Griffin does not get taken the pick before us. Please and thank you. He will not. So we have 4 minutes on the board, but we know who we want. 81 to 96 potential will be a good contact and vision guy. Hopefully, can develop that power. Doesn't look like it's going to be his top exact attribute. Um, Good fielder in many aspects. He's our number one player on the entire board, ranked in the system. Griffin, left fielder out of high school. He will be our first pick. And then we have the 40th pick, where, I mean, we know Lou Jacobs has somewhere between 76 and 91 potential. He opted out of his exam, but he's ranked sixth in our board. And we do expect him to have a power bat and a decent ability to field, um, with some good base running, aggressiveness, and speed. Lou Jacobs will be the next pick as an 18-year-old out of high school. We have another pick, also could be at third base here, or we could see our first pitcher of the draft, where we'll get a lower overall 22-year-old who will be somewhere between 85 and 95 potential in Felipe Feliz. Or we could go in the category of third base, like I said, which roughly would be where Rocky Prescott would be. So we have to choose between the 72nd ranked player, Rocky Prescott, another pitcher, or Evan Bonilla, a 95 overall super speed type of guy. Doesn't really have much fielding to him, so probably not the top guy on our board. I'm thinking Rocky Prescott looks pretty good, but Felipe does seem to have a decent splitter, and you really do need at least one good pitch. He has a 5 pitch mix. I Felipe Feliz as the 59th ranked player. We're going to continue here where we will see all of our other picks be taken other than Jim Burrell, who we have somewhere between 70 and 95 potential, low overall, but seems to be moving in the right direction, maybe a high potential type of a guy. Um, this might be a little bit of a reach. Ooh, Jim Burrell. Never mind. Sorry. Trying to take you. Draft Jim Burrell. There we go. He will be taken with that pick. So now our fourth round pick, we don't really have many people left on the board. We know of Rodrigo Caruso, who's 18, going to be a low overall, decent potential maybe, but a little scary there. I'm looking more for a guy who has high potential. So we're going to look for a 99 potential type of a dude, just all around, and we'll see what we can get. Maybe this catcher, 81 to 95 potential before we even start looking at him, but he is already 23 years old, so that's a little scary. Left fielder Tom Song in the same type of a situation. We'll continue looking here. 99 potentially Ashton Jameson opted out. He is a relief pitcher. We're going to have to take him. Don't know many of these people left on the board, so we have to kind of just throw our shot out there and see what people are looking like. We don't have much scouting in these later rounds. We just wanted to make sure our first round pick this year was a good one when we took Eric Griffin. We continue to look around here. What do we have to see? Is there any people who still may have a high potential left on the board? Or is it just going to have to be what it comes down to and take Rodrigo Caruso? We'll find out real quick here as we have 20 seconds on the board. The clock is getting close to falling on the Twins. 15 seconds. Hmm. 6. Okay. Rodrigo Caruso at catcher will be the pick, I guess, with us not knowing anybody left on the board. I just want to see any more potential players. No? Okay. Well, Jackie Swanger could be good, maybe. Some relief pitchers are basically all that's left here. Or Todd Meadows, a guy who might have decent pop time in the future. We don't really know. But if any of these guys were to potentially be good, Antonio Trout looks to be the best. So we're going to put him on the board and end our draft class and end the episode. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. I know I have. get ready for next episode at the trade deadline where we'll have a big episode. Hopefully you did enjoy. Love y'all. Peace out.